Have you ever struggled with a technique and wasn't quite sure how to do it? Well, we're going to dive into an O technique today and change it up a little bit. We're going to do the dip dye technique, but we're going to modify it a little bit. So, that's normally done with watercolors, but we are going to use alcohol markers today. So I've got my Spectrum Noir markers. These are just the regular markers. We're going to use Blue Teal 1, Blue Teal 2, Blue Teal 4, 5, 7, and 9. So I'm going to lay these over here the way I want them. And then I've got a piece of shimmery cardstock we're going to use. And this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5.5 right now, but we are going to take and tear off an edge at the bottom. I've got a scrap piece of cardstock underneath my glass mat so that the alcohol ink doesn't soak back up into the cardstock. We're gonna start off with our lightest color and we're gonna come down so far and we're just gonna give that a nice little coat like it is the dip dye, and we're going to go all the way down, filling in the layer. All right, now we're going to come in with our second marker. And we're going to come just a little bit down further, a little further down, I should say, and start filling that in. All right, let's do our next color. And you want to change up the way the dip goes, because if it was done in real life, the dip would be different each time. I am using the broad end of the marker. That way I can get a nice full coverage. And since alcohol markers dry pretty fast, I'm not too worried about the blending. And if you are, you can always hit it with your heat tool, but it does evaporate pretty fast. You can see it start changing colors. And come in with our next marker. You are going to saturate the paper pretty well. All right, I'm going to dry this because it is getting pretty saturated. All right, so we're gonna come in with our last marker. And this is the darkest one. I usually go over it maybe once to begin with, and then once it dries, I might come back over that again. We're gonna come over that one. I do like a little transition with this technique, and this was super easy to do. And since the one is super light, I'm actually going to bring it up just a little bit more. All right, so there is our faux dip dye technique with the alcohol markers. And now I'm going to finish this off into a card. And to do that, I've got a card base, top folding A2 card base. I've got a teal piece of cardstock as my matte layer. This is 4 by 5 1/4. I have die cut my sentiment out of white cardstock and the shadow layer out of black. This is from Simon Says Stamp. It's the It's Your Birthday die, wafer die. And the stained glass bird die is going to be my focal point. So I've already got double-sided adhesive on the back because I've added a separate one on there. So where is my... And I've got 2 more examples to show y'all. So if you hang out, I'll show you the other examples. I'm looking for my pokey tool. Maybe we won't need it, but I doubt it. I've got double-sided adhesive on the back of that. And we can just decide where we want to put our birthday sentiment. Let's make sure we're lined up there. Then we're going to add some liquid glue behind our little stained glass bird. I've die cut him 3 times out of just some white cardstock and stacked him up so that it had a little bit of dimension on him. Add our little bird. And then I'm going to set a block on that for now. Let that set up just a second. Okay. So we'll add some liquid adhesive on the back. Gives that a nice little mat. We'll add that to our card front. And then we're just going to take some little confetti glitter and pop some of those on. All right, so there's the card we just made. Here's the 2 other versions that I made previously to go with the birthday theme. And that is the Faux dip dye technique with alcohol markers. I hope you give it a try. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And you might like this video that's going to be up right here. All right, see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Love you.